Welcome to Books for Success. Today, we're unraveling the insights from Discipline Equals Freedom by Jocko Willink. Jocko Willink is a decorated retired Navy SEAL officer. His methods for success were born in the SEAL teams, where he spent most of his adult life, enlisting after high school and rising through the ranks to become the commander of the most highly decorated Special Operations Unit of the war in Iraq. In Discipline Equals Freedom, the #1 New York Times best-selling co-author of Extreme Ownership describes how he lives that mantra, the mental and physical disciplines he imposes on himself to achieve freedom in all aspects of life. Many books offer advice on overcoming obstacles and reaching your goals, but that advice often misses the most critical ingredient: discipline. Without discipline, there will be no real progress. If you find our content valuable, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Don't be shy about dropping your book suggestions for us to summarize. Also, you can use this video as an audiobook summary. Let's grow and succeed together. Discipline is the only way you can become stronger, smarter, faster, and healthier. People look for the shortcut, the hack. And if you came here looking for that, you won't find it. The shortcut is a lie. The hack doesn't get you there. And if you want to take the easy road, it won't take you to where you want to be: stronger, smarter, faster, healthier, better. Reaching goals, overcoming obstacles, and becoming the best version of you possible will not happen by itself. It will not happen cutting corners, taking shortcuts, or looking for the easy way. There is only hard work, late nights, early mornings, practice, rehearsal, repetition, study, sweat, blood, toil, frustration, and discipline. What's the hack? How do you become stronger, smarter, faster, healthier? How do you become better? How do you achieve true freedom? There is only one way: the way of discipline. Where does discipline come from? This is a simple answer. Discipline comes from within. Discipline is an internal force. Sure, you can have discipline imposed on you by a person, like a drill instructor, or that self-help guru on TV, but he won't give you real discipline. Because that external discipline is not strong. It will not survive. It cannot stand on its own. What you are looking for, what you need, is self-discipline. Self-discipline, as the very term implies, comes from the self. You. It comes when you make a decision to be disciplined. When you make a decision to be better. When you decide to do more, to be more. Self-discipline comes when you decide to make a mark on the world. If you don't think you are disciplined, it is because you haven't decided to be disciplined. Yet. It is because you haven't created it. Yet. You haven't become it. Yet. So where does it come from? It comes from you. So, make the decision. Commit. Become the discipline, embrace its cold and relentless power. And it will make you better, stronger, smarter, faster, and healthier than anything else. And most important, it will make you free. Did you know? There is no easy way. There is only hard work, late nights, early mornings, practice, rehearsal, repetition, study, sweat, blood, toil, frustration, and discipline. Discipline is the root of all good qualities. How do you stop laziness? How do you stop procrastination? Many people have vision in their head. They don't know where to start, so they ask. And they say, where do I start? When is the best time to start? There is only one simple answer. Here and now. That's it. Do you want to improve? Do you want to get better? Do you want to get on a workout program or a clean diet or start a new business? Where do you start? You start right here. When do you start? You start right now. Initiate action now. People are not who you want them to be. Kill your idols. Sure, there are things we can learn from people, but people aren't going to be what you think they are, what they should be. People, even those you have put up on a pedestal, will be faulted, weak, egomaniacal, and condescending. They are going to be lazy, entitled, short-sighted. They will not be perfect. Far from it. That's fine. Learn from their weaknesses. Of course, learn from their strengths and mimic and copy them in what they do well. But equally as important, learn from their faults. Discipline your body. Free your mind. Get up early, and go. Get after it and you will become the person you want to be. And you become that person through 1. Small decision. At 8. Time. How do I get tougher? Be tougher. How can I wake up early in the morning? Wake up early. How can I work out consistently every day? Work out consistently every day. You have control over your mind. You just have to assert it. You have to decide that you will be in control, that you will do what you want to do. Weakness doesn't get a vote. Laziness doesn't get a vote. Sadness doesn't get a vote. Frustration doesn't get a vote. Your temper doesn't get a vote. So next time you are feeling weak or lazy or soft or emotional, tell those feelings they don't get a vote. You are declaring martial law on your mind. Mind control. Did you know? You can use mind control to move your life where you want it to be. Stronger, faster, smarter, quicker, friendlier, more helpful, more driven. In order to improve, you need to stress the body and the mind. You will increase your endorphins, testosterone, growth hormones, cardiac volume, insulin sensitivity, and natural killer cells by working out. Those changes will help prevent or treat the following health issues: high blood pressure, obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, insomnia, and depression. Working out will make you smarter. Yes, smarter. It improves blood flow to the brain. It boosts growth hormones that promote growth of new nerve cells. It improves synaptic plasticity, the ability for neurons to send and receive messages. It releases brain chemicals that help cognition, like dopamine, glutamate, norepinephrine, and serotonin. Stress is good and bad. In order to improve, we need stress. We need to push the body and mind to get better. One of our main physical reactions to stress is the release of the hormone cortisol into the body. It has a multitude of effects, including making glucose available to the brain, generating energy from stored reserves, and focusing energy on immediate threats rather than less urgent needs. It also raises blood pressure to optimize blood flow throughout the body. But stress can also be bad. If we are under too much stress, and cortisol is released into the body too often, it begins to have negative effects, like a car running in the red for extended periods. When cortisol levels remain consistently high, the immune system can become repressed, increasing blood pressure and causing hypertension. This sustained high blood pressure causes damage to the heart and blood vessels. It can also encourage fat deposits and even cause bone loss. Exercise is a form of stress and does cause the release of cortisol. However, just as exercise conditions the muscles and the heart, it also conditions the body to react properly to the release of cortisol and trains the body to keep cortisol levels balanced. Get up before the sun. Be ready to attack. Yes, that means get up early. This will be hard at first, but it will become normal. And once you are accustomed to it, early rising will improve your day. Did you know? Knowing that you are working harder than your adversaries gives you an advantage. It gives you confidence that you can overcome them in battle. Get enough sleep. Failure to do that has serious biological and psychological effects. Sleep is a necessity. Humans need sleep. Failure to get enough sleep has serious side effects. Lack of sleep can cause negative hormonal changes, interfere with glucose metabolizing, increase blood pressure, and suppress the immune system. Less sleep also means less human growth hormone in your body, which means less muscle mass and weaker bones. Mentally, the brain is impacted as the ability to pay attention and concentrate diminishes, and problem-solving and basic reasoning become less acute. But how much sleep is enough? Different people need different amounts of sleep. Newborns can sleep up to 17 hours a day. Toddlers can sleep up to 12 hours a day. As people grow older, less sleep is required. Teens generally need 8 to 10 hours, and by the time people are full adults, 8 hours becomes the standard, though the actual number is between 7 and 9 hours, depending on the individual. Since discipline requires waking up early, and sleep a priority to maintain health, how can we get enough sleep and still wake up early? The answer is simple: go to bed earlier. Going to bed at 10 p.m. and waking up at 5 a.m. gets you a solid 7 hours. Go to bed at 9:55 p.m. and you can get up at 4:55 a.m. Still get your 7 hours, and be up before the enemy. Try it. If you get up and get out of bed at 4:55, a vast majority of the world is still sleeping. There is no traffic. The gym is empty. There is no one to distract you or call you or send you some stupid text about something you don't care about. It's just you. So, go to bed early, and wake up early. It can be hard for some people to go to sleep early. Here are some steps to help that. Get tired. Yes, get tired. You won't be tired if you are inactive throughout the day. Getting a hard workout in the early morning will energize you during the day and make you fall asleep faster at night. Turn off the computer. Turn off the smartphone. Stop checking social media and stop watching one more YouTube video. Read. If your mind is still active when you reach your bedtime, that's okay. Get into bed and get a book and start reading. Reading is relaxing. It settles your mind. And it makes you smarter. So do it. And if the book you are reading is too good and makes you want to stay up and read, don't read that book. Did you know? When your waking alarm sounds, get up and get going. One thing that will help you do that is going to bed earlier, which can be at least as hard, if not harder, than waking up. The body maintains balance through a set of processes. Homeostasis is the tendency to move toward a state of balance. For instance, in a house, the thermostat keeps the temperature balanced. In the summer, it turns on the air conditioner when it gets too hot. And in the winter, it turns on the heat when it gets too cold. Homeostasis is being maintained. The body also tries to maintain a state of balance in many ways. Like the house, the body maintains a balanced temperature by shivering to heat or sweating to cool. In order to maintain balance, the body uses thirst to increase water levels and sweat and urine to expel excess water. The body also uses systems to balance acidity, blood pressure, sodium and potassium concentrations in the blood, and plasma ionized calcium. Failure to maintain the proper balance in these systems can cause significant health problems. There is another balance our bodies maintain that we have a huge influence over. It is our blood glucose level, what we commonly call our blood sugar level. We can directly influence our blood sugar levels by what we eat. When we eat carbohydrates, our blood sugar levels go up. When we eat a lot of carbohydrates, our blood sugar levels go up a lot. The primary action our bodies take to regulate high blood sugar levels is to release the hormone insulin into our blood from the pancreas. Once released, insulin pushes the sugar in the blood into fat cells and also slows down the process of fat in the fat cells being pulled out and used for energy. Obviously, when your body is putting fat into fat cells and not using your fat for energy, you get fatter. In order to use the fat in your body for energy, the body must have gone through its most readily available source of energy, glucose or sugar in the blood. Once that is depleted, the body begins to utilize fat for energy. You can deplete that sugar in the blood by exercising until it is gone, fasting until it is gone, or adjusting your carbohydrate intake. Consistent spiking of insulin in the blood can lead to insulin resistance, which can eventually lead to type 2 diabetes. Other long-term impacts that prolonged elevated insulin levels can cause are heart disease, diabetic retinopathy, blindness, strokes, and kidney failure. Not good. The solution seems obvious. Stop eating carbohydrates or at least minimize carbohydrate intake. Why is that so hard? The answer is simple. Carbohydrates are addictive. Yes, sugar is like a drug in your brain and causes neurochemical responses similar to drugs like heroin. Did you know? Sugar is addictive. It stimulates the same parts of the brain as heroin and cocaine. When you have it, you want more of it. You don't have to eat. Fasting is actually very good for you. The modern diet has been around for about 10,000 years. That is when man figured out how to plant some foods, grow them, harvest them, make them easier to digest, and store them. These foods were grains: wheat, rice, corn. Our bodies have not adapted to eating grains yet. When we eat grains, they are turned to sugar in our stomachs. The insulin level spikes and punishes our bodies internally. So, it is better to eat what we have evolved to eat. That is the diet of Paleolithic man or caveman. Eat next. Beef, preferably grass-fed. Poultry, preferably free-range. Fish. Eggs. Nuts. Vegetables. Fungi. Roots. Some dairy, full-fat butter, cream, yogurt, cheese. Limited fruit. Do not eat next. Grains. Potatoes. Refined salt. Refined sugar. Processed oils, margarine. Legumes. You don't have to eat. Fasting is a gift. All those times you are at a party, the airport, or on a train and they don't have any good, healthy food for you to eat. The answer is simple. Don't eat. Here are some of the physiological benefits that fasting appears to bring. Improves function of cells, genes, and hormones. Induces loss of body fat. Reduces risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Reduces oxidative stress and inflammation. Induces cell repair processes. Increases brain-derived neurotrophic factors. Induces detoxification process. Stretching improves range of motion, helps in recovery, and also prevents injuries. There are a multitude of stretching routines out there, from ancient forms of yoga to present-day innovations from people like Pavel Tsatsouline and programs like Kelly Starrett's Mobility WOD. Explore those and find the stretches that work best for you. Like anything else in health and fitness, stretching requires consistency, so figure out what movements are most beneficial for you. Don't pick too many. Stretching can be done in as little as 10 to 15 minutes. But it needs to be done, so make it part of your routine. You are going to get injured. You are going to get sick. Regardless of how careful you are in your training, how clean you eat, and how healthy you live, you are still human. Injuries and illness will occur. The theory for overcoming injuries and illnesses is simple. Do what you can. Did you know? Humans can survive 30 days without food. You can make it a few extra hours. You can actually make it a few days without any issue. Sample warm-up and workouts for beginner trainers. Before you start your workout, you need to get warm. Here is a nice little warm-up. Hang on the pull-up bar for 10-15 seconds. Get in the push-up position and hold it for 10-15 seconds. Drop your hips to the ground and stretch your abs. Lift your hips to the sky and stretch your hamstrings and your back. Stand up. Do a slow squat and sit at the bottom for 10-15 seconds. Do a burpee. Do a few jumping jacks. Beginner Series 1. Pull. Primary work. 8 sets of max pull-ups. Gut. 2 minutes of sit-ups. Metcon. Run 400 meters 2 times. Directions. Do as many pull-ups as you can in 8 sets. Allow yourself 2-3 minutes rest between each set. If you can do dead hang pull-ups, do as many as you can each set, and then add 3-5 kipping pull-ups to the end of each set without dropping off the bar. If you can't do any pull-ups, use the ground or a stable box on the ground to jump up and get your chin over the bar. Push. Primary work. 8 sets of max push-ups. Gut. 2 minutes of leg raises, 10-45 degrees. Metcon. Max burpees in 2 minutes. Directions. Do as many push-ups as you can in 8 sets. Allow yourself 2-3 minutes rest between each set. Lift. Primary work. 8 handstand holds. Gut. 2 minutes of V-ups. Metcon. Run 400 meters 2 times, max effort. Directions. Hold the handstand position 8 times. Do not go all the way to muscle failure, but to muscle fatigue. Count how many seconds you hold the position. Allow yourself 2-3 minutes rest between each set. Beginner Series 2. Pull. Primary work. 5 sets of pull-ups, maintaining reps. Gut. 2 minutes of sit-ups. Metcon. Run 400 meters 2 times. Directions. For the first set workout, do your maximum set of pull-ups. If you can do dead hang pull-ups, do them. If not, do kipping pull-ups. If you can't do kipping pull-ups, do jumping pull-ups or assisted pull-ups. For the remaining 4 sets, do as many pull-ups as you can, and once you drop off the bar, give yourself a 10-15 second rest before jumping up on the bar and doing more pull-ups until you reach the same number of pull-ups that you did in your first max set. Push. Primary work. 5 sets of push-ups, maintaining reps. Gut. 2 minutes of leg raises, 10-45 degrees. Metcon. 2 minutes of max burpees. Directions. This workout is the same as the pull workout in this series but utilizes push-ups instead of pull-ups. For the first set workout, do your maximum set of push-ups. If you can do full push-ups, do them. If not, do push-ups from your knees. Lift. Primary work, 5 handstand negatives. Secondary work, arm circles, side, front, overhead. Gut, 2 minutes of V-ups. Metcon, run 800 meters, once as hard as you can. Directions. Get into the handstand position and lower yourself as slowly as you can. Use a wall to maintain your balance. Once your head reaches the ground, drop your feet to the ground. Stand up and rest for 2-3 minutes, then do it again for 5 full repetitions. Sample workouts for Beginner Series 3. Pull. Primary work, pull-up pyramid. Gut, 2 minutes of sit-ups. Metcon, 4x100-yard shuttle runs. Directions. This workout is recommended when you can do at least 5 pull-ups. Start by doing 1 pull-up. Rest for a bit. Do 2 pull-ups. Rest for a bit. Do 3 pull-ups. Rest for a bit. Continue to increase the number of pull-ups by 1 each set, until you do not beat your previous number. When you miss your previous number, drop off the bar, shake it out quickly, and then get up and complete the set. Now come back down the pyramid, by decreasing 1 pull-up from the previous set. If you can't do all the pull-ups in a single set to get to the required number, do the required number in a broken set. Push. Primary work, push-up pyramid. Gut, 2 minutes of V-ups. Metcon, run 1 mile, hard. Directions. This workout is recommended when you can do at least 6-10 push-ups. It follows the same pattern as the pull-up pyramid. Start by doing 1 push-up. Rest for a bit. Do 2 push-ups. Rest for a bit. Do 3 push-ups. Rest for a bit. Continue to increase the number of push-ups by 1 each set, until you do not beat your previous number. When you miss your previous number, rest quickly, and then continue with your push-ups until you complete the set. Now come back down the pyramid by 1 repetition of push-ups per set. If you can't do all the push-ups in a single set to get to the required number, do the required number in a broken set. Lift. Primary work, 4 handstand holds. Secondary work, arm haulers. Tertiary work, arm circles, side, front, overhead. Gut. Hold a plank for 1 minute. Metcon, 1 squat thrust and 5 jumping jacks repeatedly for 2 minutes for max number of burpees. Directions. Do 10 squats followed by 5 forward lunges for 5 sets. Rest as needed, but try to maintain a steady pace and move through the exercises with minimum rest. Maintaining good form trumps speed. Lunges are performed with 1 repetition for each leg. Run 400 meters, rest 2-3 minutes, then run another 400 meters. Conclusion. To reach goals and overcome obstacles and become the best version of you possible will not happen by itself. It will not happen cutting corners, taking shortcuts, or looking for the easy way. There is no easy way. There is only hard work, late nights, early mornings, practice, rehearsal, repetition, study, sweat, blood, toil, frustration, and discipline. Discipline. Discipline is the root of all good qualities. The driver of daily execution. The core principle that overcomes laziness and lethargy and excuses. Discipline defeats the infinite excuses that say, "Not today, not now, I need a rest. I will do it tomorrow." How do you become stronger, smarter, faster, healthier? How do you become better? How do you achieve true freedom? There is only one way. Be disciplined. Try this. Go down swinging. If you fight with all you have, more often than not, you won't go down at all. You will win. But you have to make that attitude a part of your everyday life. Do the extra repetition. Run the extra mile. Go the extra round. Make the right choices. Give the full measure. Make yourself stronger, mentally, and physically. Don't just read this book. Don't just listen to the podcast. Don't just watch videos online. Don't just take notes. Don't just study them. Don't just plan. Don't just get motivated. Don't just talk. Don't just think. Don't just dream. No. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is that you actually do. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. If you've enjoyed our summary, consider reading the full book for a more in-depth exploration. Before you go, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and share this video with someone who could benefit from these insights. Until next time, keep reading, keep learning, and keep growing.